All right, Shalom. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai.
Baha Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and honors to all your fellow laborers during afflictions, bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Baha Rakah Kodash, Barakathum. Okay, so, we finished camp, and all the articles, everything, the spirit pretty much right now is the spirit of Esau going down. Like even as analysts say that America is in a precipitous decline. And the scriptures talk about us prophesying against Mount Seir, man. That's this place right here in America, man. And then Esau is inheriting these curses nonstop, man, all around the world, all around the globe. Okay, so the elder got an article concerning what's happening to Esau over there in South Africa.
Beautiful, by the way.
Yep.
And more of this is to come. Okay, it ain't just gonna be the Hamites that's gonna rise up against you. All these other nations are gonna rise up, and they're already rising up against you. Okay, more violence is gonna be brought your way. All right. This is from RT. It came out March 1st. The title, it says, "Taking white-owned land in South Africa, correcting injustice or tit-for-tat racism."
Yeah,
correcting former.
Right. Which that's what Esau is saying. This is tit for tat. This is reverse racism. And he'll try to reference Martin Luther King. Eye for eye leads the whole world blind. And he's only bringing that out because now everybody wants to put a foot up his ass. Mm-hmm. Okay, and really that's what it is. It's correcting the injustice, man. Scriptures talk about how you're not supposed to remove your neighbor's landmark. Matter of fact, can you get that? Hey, because the Heavenly Father appointed that land to them Hamites. Esau has his own land over there in Mount Seir, Petra.
But you refuse to lay claim to. Mm-hmm. You don't want nothing to do with that land. The land that the Heavenly Father gave you, you don't want that. You want everybody else's land.
Right.
And even when we came out of Egypt, the Most High didn't have us take other nations' land. Okay, he had us conquer the Canaanites, because that was the land that the Most High was going to give to us. But the Moabites that were established already, the Ammonites, even you Edomites, man, the Most High said, don't meddle with them. Don't take their land. Why? Because that's in the scriptures, man.
Yep, this is Deuteronomy 19:14. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark.
Yep, and that's all Esau does, remove the landmark. Mm-hmm. And then his justification is, well, y'all were fighting each other. Okay? Yeah, we were talking to some Edomite chick on the way to the car after camp. She was saying, well, look, that was a long time ago. How am I privileged? I got a minimum wage job. You see, that's what they're saying now. Like, hey, look, we're all in this together, man. Yeah. We're all catching hell.
You two-time loser.
Yeah.
You gotta hit up the reptiles, man.
They're gonna rob a bank.
It says, which they of old time have set in thy inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land of the Lord, thy power giveth thee to possess it.
Yeah, see, and the Lord gave these lands, man. You get that in the Deuteronomy 32nd chapter. The Lord divided the inheritance, divided the nations.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 32, and in 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam.
Yeah, he separated the sons of Adam. Okay.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is a lot of his inheritance.
Yeah. So he set us up in our land, and then he set all the other nations in their land according to that, man. But first and foremost, we got the choice land. Okay, and then everybody else got their land. So what business do you so-called white people have going and conquering other people's lands, man? And then displacing them. And now, I'm watching this thing on YouTube, on RT, white people stole land versus everyone is an immigrant in South Africa, debate on land reform. Mm-hmm. Wait a second. What do you mean everybody's an immigrant? They're not immigrants.
They've been there.
They've been there, man. That's their land.
Where that came down.
That's the land that the Heavenly Father appointed for them. Okay. Them different those Canaanites. Okay. But see, now that the judgment is coming, man, now Esau he wants to cry foul.
Yeah.
Act as if he's the victim, man. You shouldn't have been there in the first place, man. Nobody told you to come over.
You didn't get the invite.
Yeah. You're there illegally. And now you're being looked at as the illegal alien that you are, man.
Yeah.
Now it's a problem. Come on.
It's Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because I'll start at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, the just live by faith, which we're the just. Go ahead.
But yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
There's the point. He's a proud man that doesn't keep at home. And then when you tell him, he gets an attitude, man. And you're here illegally. Well, everybody's an immigrant.
Yeah.
That's his thing. Everybody spreads diseases. Everybody murders. Okay?
And like Killmonger told the Edomite in the museum, he's did you pay fair price for this, or did you steal it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
These devils stole all of our ancient artifacts, and we can't touch them. You know?
It's crazy, man.
We can't go and touch them. They do that to all the Gads, all the Judas, all the tribes, man. They hold all of our ancestors' bones, their jewelry, their pottery, everything. The Esau has it, man.
But you gotta buy it back from him.
Yeah. And then if you do try to buy it, they'll say, no, you can't buy it. This is an artifact now.
It's their property.
Yeah.
It's their property. We're holding it for history. Wait a second. You're supposed to return that to us, you damn devil.
Yeah, let him finish that off.
Is a proud man that keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's Esau, man. That's the New World Order. Okay, that's what he wants. He wants to gather everybody together to enslave them, man. All right, so he can have us and them other heathen nations under his jurisdiction. Okay, so pretty much he wants to put all these he wants to put his spirit on all these other nations, man, and actually download your spirit and then put your spirit somewhere else, man, into a damn animal or into his ass, man. Just madness. It makes no sense. Go, you got some more?
Let's go on that.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 1. And at that time, saith the Lord, they shall bring out the bones of the kings of Judah, and the bones of his princes, and the bones of the priests, and the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem out of their graves. And they shall spread them before the sun and the moon and all the hosts of heaven, whom they have loved.
Yeah, and that's what Esau does, man, because Esau doesn't take this on faith. He has to go and he has to actually find the graves. He has to find the artifacts, the architecture. And then he's like, okay, well, yeah, this is real. I checked it out, man. And that's what he does, man. Which that's wicked, man. You're not supposed to dig up no one's grave, but that's what he does, man. Okay, he talks about the bones. He actually over here at Berkeley, UC Berkeley, they got Geronimo's bones there, man, under a fucking obelisk. Okay, go ahead, brother. You got some more?
And they shall spread before the sun and the moon and all the hosts of heaven, whom they have loved and whom they have served, and after whom they have walked, and whom they have sought, and whom they have worshipped. They shall not be gathered nor be buried. They shall be for dung upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's our people, man. Gonna be for the dung. They tell you that in Jeremiah, the 25th chapter. And because we getting on Esau yet, a lot of our people, man, the majority of them, they're gonna die right along with this devil, man. Because they've been totally indoctrinated by him.
They became Edomites.
Yeah. Become worse than them.
Yeah.
Scriptures say that their deeds have overpassed the deeds of the wicked, man. Especially damn black women, okay, so-called black women. Through the spirit, we're gonna stay on you too, man. Because you joint heirs, just like we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. You're joint heirs with the so-called white man in this kingdom. Okay, you reap all these benefits. Okay, you give us pure hell, oppress us on a day-to-day. But it's okay because you're going down, man.
That's right.
You're going down. Esau's going down. All these other nations are going down. We're coming up, man. What you're seeing is the restoration of the kingdom of Israel. All right, right before your eyes. There's nothing you can do about it. You so-called white people, you're falling all around the globe. Got some more of that article?
It's a lot more, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it?
I got a piece.
Okay, come on.
This is Job 24:2. Says, some remove the landmarks.
Yeah.
They violently take away flocks and feed their.
That's the so-called white man, man. Remove landmarks and violently take them away. They tell you in Micah, the 2nd chapter, that the oppressive man, even a man in his heritage.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the so-called white man. And see, a lot of these movements, they started as cultural movements, or political movements, like in South Africa. But now it's to the point where they're like, well, look, now we need the land.
Yep.
Okay, we need economic justice, and we need control of the resources. And then Esau knew it was coming, and now they actually got petitions for them Edomites over there. They call them Boers or Afrikaners, for them to get lit into America or Europe or the European countries, man.
As a refugee.
Yeah, because they know what's coming down the pipeline. They know it's going to be a full genocide. And what's happening in South Africa, that's just a prelude to what's going to happen in all these countries where Esau is. So even over there in Europe, man, Esau is getting conquered, man. You see them Hamites, them Ishmaelites. They landed on shore. They look like they invading army going back to the time of Normandy. The Jake's over there just hitting a white woman in the streets. Straight up, man. Because so-called Western culture. You coming from a Muslim country, you see a little woman, little thick ass German chick, got her titties popping out, her ass out. See, Esau, he's not bothered by that. He's not checking for that. He's looking for the little boys, man. But a real man is looking, he gets turned on, man. And then they saying stuff like, hey, slut, don't look me in the eyes. I mean, they're going hard on those hoes out there, man. And they coming in droves too. They coming in droves. They keep coming, man. And because they coming from Italy and then they working their way up, man. Okay, but
I got precept.
come on.
It says Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath.
I start at 4, brother.
All right, Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased?
How have the oppressor ceased? And you see it, man. The so-called white man is through. He out there in the city with preaching. He looks all oppressed. Or when the word comes out, because before, back in the day, he used to kind of buck up. He used to talk a little shit. But he been getting hit. He been getting hit so hard, man. He just looked worn out, man. He looked defeated.
Spirit.
It looked like he looked like he the one in slavery, man. We're all upbeat, Jake bringing out the word. We're on fire. Esau's through, man. So the so-called white man, he's ceasing right now, man. That's the time that we're in. His power is waning. Okay, and our power is starting to wax. Okay, because our power isn't of this world. Okay, our power comes from on high. Our power comes directly from the heavens. Go ahead, brother.
The golden city ceased.
The golden city. You can't tell me that ain't talking about America. Okay, that's why everybody will come over here, man. Why? Because of the opportunities, or the opportunities to get gold.
They call this the Golden State.
Exactly. Yeah, you got the 49ers. Okay, you got the gold rush, and they saying that this last 10 years, this has been the new gold rush. That's what they call it, these techies. But look, now it's ceasing, man. Now everybody's realizing that they really got set up. They came here just to get on opioids.
Yep.
And have 7 roommates in the damn hate.
The hate, they going crazy.
Oh,
that's
that's
a violent neighborhood.
That's an Edomite hood. That's an Edomite. Why? Because them curses is coming up on you, man.
You park your car, the bug out went through it already, broke your windows. You've been in there,
Yeah, that's like a Fillmore Mission, Hunters Point.
Yeah, it used to be. Now those neighborhoods is cool.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know,
take
but
that.
Yeah.
You could, and then you go where Esau is. It's like some thug shit.
Yeah.
The lady I was watching the news clip. The lady, she said, is a group of kids, transients, right? And Esau's a bum.
Pit bulls.
You a fucking vagabond.
Yep.
All right. There's pit bulls covering the sidewalk, man. She's scared to walk through. Because the dogs might attack her, and she might say the wrong thing, and them violent sodomites, okay, then they'll get mad and attack her, man. That's the nature of the so-called white man. He's violent.
Yeah. The violent homosexual, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
The
I'm sorry, brother. You guys have?
Oh yeah, I had a precept I can go after that.
Get it.
This
Let your soul a little better.
this is Malachi chapter 1. And I'll start at 2.
Yep.
I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau and laid.
Yeah, so the Lord hates a particular group of people. It just so happens to be so-called white people, man. Go ahead.
and laid his mountains and his heritage waste.
Yeah, and that happened, and it's getting ready to happen again, man. America's gonna be wholly destroyed, man.
That's right.
He's gonna make it a burnt mountain. Okay, go ahead.
For the dragons of the wilderness, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Oh, wait, no, we're gonna make America great again. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah, you trying to build up, you trying to rebuild, but the Lord is about throwing it down. You're not even building anything. I mean, the hell is coming so fast at Esau, he don't know what to do, man. You got one of his Trump's top aides, she had to resign. She threw his ass under the bus. She snitched on him. She snitched on him. She said that she lied on behalf of Trump.
Mhm.
Yeah. The white woman,
He's
why?
not exposed.
Because this woman is coming against him now. See, all curses, Deuteronomy 28th chapter, are coming upon the so-called white man.
That's right.
All right, that's the time that right. That's what you got. Yeah, get it real quick.
Is Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies,
Mm-hmm.
and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, and it's mainly falling on our main enemy.
Yep.
Which is the so-called white man, Esau. Okay. All right, go back. Yeah, go.
Because if you see the homeless population and all these people addicted to drugs, they're Edomites. They're not Moabites. It's not Elam. It's always a dirty cave animal beast Edomite, man.
Beast. Yeah, that's it.
Shooting up the schools and shit.
Oh yeah.
He's the murderer.
Yep.
He's the face of crime.
Yeah,
He's the face of addiction. He's the face of addiction. He's the face of crime. He's the face of sodomy.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a violent homosexual.
All perversion.
That's the so-called white man. We gotta finish it off, Shamar.
Good. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah, man. There's no way that you're gonna bounce back, man. Like we were saying, this ain't a big Sean song, man. You took an L, you gonna bounce. No, nigga, you out for the count, man. You ain't getting off this mat. Remember wrestling? They do the 1, 2. You always knew the nigga was gonna get. Get like right here. Niggas, you turn to the Ultimate Warrior and get. No, that's not. Yeah, that's not happening for you so-called white people, man. You done. Yeah, you gonna stay down, man. Go ahead, brother.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Yeah, the border of wickedness, meaning wherever the so-called white man rules, it's wicked there. Anything within his borders is wickedness. Which is why people want to kick him out their land, man. Because now they got faggots. They already got little slut daughters. Everybody's bugged out. Everybody's depressed. No, the culture is lost. So they're like, nah, man. Pretty much, people want to go back to how it was before the so-called white man took over.
That's right.
And that's what the Most High is about, man. Yet the Most High is about having it from its inception, man. With all you other nations in subjection as well. Because you other nations, you think that you having all these cultural movements and you're gonna bring back this empire. No. There's gonna be one empire, man. One kingdom, man. Kingdom of Israel.
Right.
Okay. Which is the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, because I was reading earlier at camp about the Gadites rebelling against the missions, and they interviewed some of the dudes that rebelled. They said, "What'd you want?" And they said, "We wanted to kill the church. We want to kill the fathers, and the other guys wanted to kill them so we could return to our way of life."
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way to return to life. You can't go and negotiate with the so-called white man. Like, is it cool if I go back to my village and practice what I was doing before you came here? You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you. Hey, we're of the prey departeth not, man. Right? And he won't let us go. Right? He won't set us free. Damn double.
That's scripture.
Yeah, come on.
God, this is James 5:4. Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, Sabaoth.
Sabaoth.
Yeah, the Lord of armies, man. Okay. Yeah. So all of our people who've been catching hell, having to work for the so-called white man, be a slave, been crying out, man. And now the Lord hears it. And now the Lord is putting those plagues upon the so-called white man. Mm-hmm. Okay, that which you intended to do to us is going to fall upon you. All right. Got some more.
Yeah.
Shamar, were you done?
It was just like a little bit more.
Okay, finish it off and then hit back. So solid for.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Yeah, so the Lord hates you forever, man, which proves you can't be saved.
God.
And again, Esau is doing everything in his power to be destroyed, man. He's doing the most. He's a no limit nigga.
Yeah. New Trayvon.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
That's Esau, man. He's a no limit nigga. All right, he doesn't want any rules, regulations. Okay, that's why the Lord has indignation against him forever, because he will not conform at all to any righteousness.
Hey, when you look that word indignation up, it means anger aroused by something perceived as unjust, unworthy. You know, and Esau's unworthy, man. He's unworthy of receiving the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and he's unjust. You know, we going into some of the injustices that he's committed on the earth, man.
He's an unjust steward, man.
Yep.
He's a bad ruler of the earth, man.
The nigga's not fair.
Exactly. He's not fair. He's not equitable. He doesn't show any mercy.
He don't work with you.
Yeah.
You know? He don't let you slide on nothing. This nigga get all type of passes. When they come to you, nigga throw the book at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
He says he's going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law, man.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
He's vile.
He'll make a new law to do such too.
Just to bring even more hell on you.
Yeah.
You know? Because like you got that cruel and unusual punishment. But Esau be like, man, you know what? Fuck that, man. I want to fry this nigga.
Yeah.
You know? So he'll make another law, you know, just to justify it. Matter of fact, you get that in Psalms 94, which frame of mischief by law, Psalm 94 and 20. That's the thing. Like going back to these Hamites. See, apartheid, but that was legal. Why? Because that was a so-called white man's law.
Yeah.
That's why he'll say, oh, that was just another time. That's how it was. That's how the law was back then.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't judge me based upon that now, because times are different. We're not living in those times anymore.
Exactly. Damn devil, man. I bring it up, Psalm 94.
Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Wait, in the throne of iniquity, that's the so-called white man.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but sin. Okay, because that's how his empire runs, man. Yeah, like you have these idiots that are talking about, yeah, we need to go into being isolationist and we need to make America first. You idiot, don't you realize that this society is based upon the oppression of the whole world?
Yeah.
That's the only way that this place can go, man. All Esau does is just hit licks. Okay, just hits licks. All right, you get kind of low. You hit licks. Okay, America just can't be by itself. America don't produce nothing, man. America's a service economy. America is a wartime economy too. They call it the military-industrial complex. Okay, so what do? They go, they destroy a country. Okay, and then they have the contractors go in and rebuild it. All right, and then the whole time they're making money because he divided and ruled. And then he didn't sold guns to all these different factions, and then he had them get killed off, and then he sets up somebody who went to school in America, went to Harvard, who's actually from that land. All right, and then now you got Taco Bell and Nicki Minaj music playing all over the goddamn place.
High level witchcraft.
Yeah, that's what happens. In 10 years, 10, 15 years, the whole people is destroyed. And then what happens? You got a remnant that is like, nah, I ain't with that. The kids, and then they grow up and they be terrorists. But then they're funded by the so-called white man too. Mm-hmm. See, this is what happens. And anybody who speaks against that, guess what, man? You're bugged out.
And you're a sodomite.
Yeah, you're a sodomite. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a priest. Oh,
Guys, just a little more. Which frameth mischief by a law.
Which frameth mischief by a law. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up, or if you can look up that word, frameth, or whoever get it first.
Yeah, frameth mischief by a law. Because this white man, all he does is make new laws that don't make no damn sense, man. They're all evil. More ways, like the brother said, America's the reason why this economy works is because it exploits all these other nations, man.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to get with it, they'll just roll on you with the military.
Yeah.
This is how Esau operates.
Well,
and like the brother said, these Edomites. Oh, America first. Oh, we want America. We got to put our best interests. That's if you think America actually thinks like that, you're a bug out, man. America can't wait to call martial law, man. Get rid of the Constitution. All right, go join a North American Union, become part of the New World Order. That's the plan of the elites, and they're gonna write it in the law, right? Just with the microchip. The microchip that's gonna be written in the legislation that everyone will have to take a chip. All right, just like how the Supreme Court said they could indefinitely detain illegals, man. You can't do nothing about it. That's the law.
It's the law, man.
Well, legal or illegal. If you got a green card, they can lock your ass up indefinitely, man.
Yeah, they catch you blowing a 0.09. You through. They're gonna take you in.
Yeah, so that word is Yatazar. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, we are. You got
Okay, yeah, it's Yatazar. To mold into a form, especially as a potter, to determine, to earthen, to fashion, to form, to frame, to make. Okay, so it makes mischief by law.
Yep.
Okay. Which we see that, man. Everything, yeah, because everything that he does now, he feels justified because he's because he went through his legislature, he went through the House of Reps, the Senate. Oh, see, so everybody had and then you bug out to actually think that your representatives actually represent you. Yeah, hey, go write Zoe Lofgren and tell her to fight him. That shit don't mean nothing, man. But then Esau said, well, look, you know, your representative passed this into law. So you had a vote. You had a vote. You should have just talked to your rep. Because that's how Esau has it, man.
They read your letters.
Yeah, like they actually read your letters. Nah, I mean, you know what they read? They read them damn paychecks that they get, man. And that's legal. Oh, and that's legal.
Yeah.
Bribery is actually lobbying.
That's what they call it.
Which has bribery.
Legal bribery.
That's legal bribery. That's wicked. Yeah. That's wicked. Yeah. It's in the so-called white man's law. So it's justified, right?
Yeah, because if you get framed, what does that mean? Someone set your ass up.
Yeah.
I've been framed. And then this so-called white man, all he doing is framing people, man. Setting your ass up for destruction.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 10:1. Beautiful. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
Yeah, unrighteous decrees. Oh, all right, you 35% of your damn paycheck got to go to the so-called white man before you even touch it, man. Yeah. And then you idiots, you get amped up when February and March come around.
You ain't even getting everything back, man.
Yeah.
You're getting a fraction of what he stole from your ass, man.
What he stole from
You
you.
niggas be happy, man.
Yeah, and then wait a second. They say that the taxes go to the police and the roads, and well, the police is putting 2 in you, man. 2 or 12. Okay, Billy Cubby tasing you. Okay, raping your daughters.
They hitting the police, they hitting legs.
They run the streets.
Yeah.
If they getting paid so much, the tax dollars that's coming from your check before you even touch it, if they getting paid so much, they're so happy with their job. Why they hitting licks?
Yeah.
They robbing drug dealers,
Yep.
putting it back on the streets, selling it, reselling it.
Hoeing out bitches.
Yeah, they doing it all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the real criminals.
Yeah, the cops, man. The cops.
Fun.
Well, there was a study in Baltimore. Crime went down, man. They got rid of some cops, and crime actually went down. Why? Because they're the criminals, man.
And furthermore, if I can say it, furthermore, the whole concept of the criminal justice system is to actually have criminals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not there to actually take all the criminals off the street. They're just there to mitigate and just damage control, or how he gives you something to cover up the symptom. Because if they take up all the criminals off the streets, there'll be no more judges, no more police officers, no more bailiffs, no more correctional officers, no more lawyers.
Yeah, and that's and those prisons, man. You got private for profit corporations, man.
Yep. Their stocks are sold on Wall Street.
Exactly. So that's more incentive for them to have niggas in jail, man.
Yeah, and they actually they give counties bonuses for giving them more criminals to store in their facilities. Yep. And they made deals with, like in Arizona, right? They made deals to the point where if you don't give them so much prisoners or whatever, the state has to pay millions of dollars.
Yeah.
All right, because they didn't give them enough prisoners. So that's why they're over there. That's why they're locking up you damn wetbacks, all right? All you illegals, that's why they're going after y'all, man.
Yeah, like these people say, well, hey man, if you don't want to go to jail, man, just don't commit crime. Yeah. Look, man, you saw create a crime, and then you did it, nigga.
Yeah.
You done it. We've seen it, man. I've seen that with my own eyes, man. You saw plant drip. Is this yours? No, but that's true. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that with my own eyes. Try to drop the dope. You drop the dope. And then, is this you? No, hell no. You know that ain't mine.
Number one. Furthermore, this whole economy would crash if you took the so-called crime off the streets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, because this whole America's predicated on crime. It's predicated on being a drug addict, a drug dealer, pharmaceuticals.
It's part of the economy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's his? I was watching an El Chapo, the DEA guy. He says to one of the high-level guys, he said, "Our interest is not to stop the drug trafficking. You know, we're here to control it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just the, oh, we got to take drugs off the streets. No, they just want to control it. They want to funnel it in their way and take all the money. You Edomites are getting the elites. That money, the drug money, goes straight to the elites.
Mm-hmm.
And then creates jobs, so to speak.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, the prison labor.
It creates criminals.
You know, those prisoners that go to jail, man, Esau put the niggas to work for 10 cents a day.
Yeah, sure.
You
Slavery.
know?
License plates, telecommunications.
It's legal slavery.
It's legal slavery. Yeah, according well, it's in the law. Man.
Yeah.
It's in the law. What can you do, man?
They
What's
use
the law?
that to say they don't have to pay Jake for NCAA. They quoted 13th Amendment in a ruling to say, yo, that's why we don't have to pay Jake for playing basketball in March Madness. It's complete madness.
Yep. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's what they prescribe, man. They write it down. They write it into law, man. Okay. Then they have some. How do they prescribe it? Through a sociologist, through a psychologist, through a criminologist.
So-called expert.
Yeah, expert. And it's a bugged out slut, man.
Yeah.
A straight slut. And all she did was go through Esau's what do you call that? Esau's maze. What's the other word? When you go through but like when you have when you got like yeah, there you go, like Esau's obstacle course, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You survived, you went through.
Yeah.
And so now Esau's like, okay, I can trust you. You went through the obstacle course. You think like me now. That's what that's for. So then you can think like him, and then they'll give you a little nice $120,000.
Stamp of approval.
Yeah, a little stamp of approval. Yeah, but you're in $400,000 worth of debt. So you're a slave the rest of your life.
To turn aside the needy from
Man,
judgment,
who's the needy, man? The Israelites. We're the needy, man. Go ahead.
and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
That's it, man. And that's what it, and that's all it does. That's all these laws do, man. They just suppress Jake, man. Because then people say, well, look, man, if you black people, if you don't want to go to jail, stop doing crime. Look, everybody does crime, man. Everybody is a so-called criminal.
None more than Esau.
Yeah, really, Esau's the real criminal. Niggas, see, these laws aren't meant for the elites, man. These laws are meant to govern you regular ass people, man. It's meant to govern the slaves, which were the slaves, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what laws are set up to do, man. And Esau, he's not criminalized. See, Esau actually does crime that affects you people, man.
Global economies.
Yeah, global economy. And he gets hit with fines like, okay, 40 billion.
Yeah.
But nobody think he get hit with 300 felonies. Now wait a second. A nigga get hit with one felony, that nigga's doing 3 years minimum. Esau don't ever go to jail, man.
Well, look at what happened with HSBC a few years back when they got caught laundering money for the drug cartels, man. They got hit with a fine. You know, anybody else do that, they would have been looking at prison time, man.
And Wells Fargo,
Rico time too, man. Which that's the shit that they came up with to deal with the mob, you know, back in I think it's like the 80s and the 90s. They get you on some federal racketeering, all that shit, man. You doing at least 70 years, man.
Federal prison is no joke.
Yeah, bring your ass to Leavenworth in Kansas. It's like the main one. You don't see no sunlight 23 hours out the day, man.
And then you just can't go to no county court. You gotta go to federal court. And then they'll see you when they see you, man. You're through.
That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Yeah, and then you got these jakes that's just out there left unprotected, man. Okay, then where they going? They going right into prison, man.
And what will you do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far?
Woo! From far, they come. What comes from far, man? The missiles. They come from a far country.
Yep.
Even the Lord and the weapons of His indignation. See what you gonna do? Hey, like what was it Macho Man? Was it Hulk Hogan? What you gonna do?
Yeah, Macho Man.
Yeah,
Randy
yeah,
Savage.
yeah,
Randy
yeah.
Savage.
When he comes to get you, some shit like that. But yeah, the Lord is coming to get you now, man. The Lord, remember, the Lord, oh, this bitch ass Eve, man. I gotta take care of this guy now.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Come on, bro.
And you come up.
Yes.
This is
Hey, man, you do the crime, you gotta do the time, man. That's what you tell us.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 31:3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and the horse is flesh and not spirit. And the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall together.
That's right, man. Hey, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be punished, man. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to save the so-called white man. Okay, he's on the creator's hit list.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's been there forever. Now he's just getting ready to actually execute the judgment. That's all. Why is he going to do that? Because the so-called white man has framed mischief by his own wicked ass law instead of following the laws, statutes, commandments that were set up, man, for rulers to rule. Say that in Sirach, the 10th chapter. Oh, actually, you know what? Wisdom of Solomon, 6th chapter. That's the one. Then we'll go back to the article and try to wrap up.
You want from the top?
Wisdom of Solomon 6, yeah, from the top.
This Wisdom of Solomon 6:1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord. And sovereign.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked by who? By the Heavenly Father, man. That's right. Okay. So for power, he was giving you on high, from on high. Go ahead.
And sovereignty from the highest.
Mm-hmm.
Who shall try your works and search out your counsels?
And that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. Okay. All right.
Says, because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High.
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you.
Horribly and speedily shall he come. Okay. The Lord, and when the Lord, the shortest play is only going to take 30 minutes. What it say? In 1 hour, so great riches will come to naught, man. Go ahead.
For a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in the high places.
Yeah, all you elites, man. A sharp judgment. Go ahead.
For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented.
Go ahead.
For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness.
Yeah. The Heavenly Father isn't looking, oh man, it's right, man. Yeah, he got missiles. He got missiles, man. He took down missiles. I can't fuck with him, man. The Lord created the missiles, man. Tell you that in Isaiah the 54th chapter.
He still got tanks.
Yeah, the Lord sent an angel down, shut all this down, man.
He sent Leviathan out of ships.
Yeah, Leviathan love playing with them ships.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
For he hath made the small and great, and care for all of light. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. For they that keep holiness holily shall be judged holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
It says Black South Africans need to take their land back from white foreigners. The leader of Black First, Land First, told RT. However, the president of the Transvaal Agricultural Union said this will lead to an Arab Spring. South Africa's parliament voted on Tuesday in favor of new legislation that could see land from white farmers seized without providing any compensation.
Yeah, which why should they compensate them? It's not their land in the first place, man. And then you got some of them devils. They're like, they said, y'all are coming up with some narrative that the white people that had the lands because they stole it. Well, what the hell happened here, man?
Shit, they buy it on the market.
You buy it?
Market?
Yeah, you buy it. You come. You're like, hey, I got some money. I got some. No, man, you stole it, man. You put them to death. You took it. All right, then you put them. You put them out. And you put them in you put them in little barracks outside of the cities, man. And you say it again?
Extreme poverty.
In extreme poverty, like Soweto, which that's like an acronym for some townships outside of Johannesburg. And what happened was them Hamites, which some of our people were sprinkled in amongst them too. They would just migrate into Johannesburg, work, and then they would go right back there, man.
And then Esau, what he would do if he wanted to take the land, he'll come and he'll bulldoze their, what do they call them, the townships.
Townships, yeah.
He'll bulldoze the townships. And I remember my father, he went back to South Africa. He was telling me about that. How Esau, if he wanted the land, he'll bulldoze the whole township. And these are like 10 houses. Okay, he'll bulldoze them with people in it. You know, kill the people, just so he can take the land, man. You know, and then you did that everywhere your red ass went. All right, the whole planet Earth. Now the Earth is fighting back. All right, starting with all these other heathen nations. Yeah, you're getting put out of the land now.
And now you're crying. Now you're oppressed.
Yeah.
Now it's reverse racism.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Fuck out of here, man. Yeah, you liable. Yeah, see, that's why you might be getting beat up out here, man. Because you know you have a conversation about race and Esau pulls this shit, man. You know, not everybody is as patient in the spirit as us, man. Which is why we're reading about this.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I ain't taking it no more.
They're like, man, you're out of you're a no limit nigga, man.
Yeah.
You're a no limit nigga. That's Esau, man. That's Esau's new term. And you're the no limit nigga, man. NLN, man. That's Esau, man.
Like I presented. It's Isaiah 14 and 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
A continual stroke. Yeah, it never stopped. We'll show you that America has been in war for what 93% of this existence. Okay, that's Esau's spirit, man. To kill, to steal, kill, and destroy, man. Oh, like Metallica. Okay, where they say kill them all. Yeah. Well, we're saying that's a demonic song.
It's about Esau.
It's about what did it say? Exit light, inner night. Yeah, it's an exit light, inner night. Off the never ever land. The white man's sick. He's a demon, man. He's a straight up. He's a no limit nigga.
A violent sodomite.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, man.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
And why do they not hit? Why are they not hindering? Because they've been catching him. Hey, brother, give me Nahum the 3rd chapter. You got some more?
No,
that was it. Okay, Nahum the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, because when you so-called white people are getting beat up in the streets and the race wars, because the race wars are going to be televised. People are like, damn, hundreds of Edomites got killed today. You know, no one's going to feel no type of way. People are going to be like, well, that's what happens in America. All right, that's what happens. Just like what's happening in South Africa right now. That's just low level, man. Because when it goes down here in America, Jake is strapped out here.
Yeah.
Jake is heavily strapped. Esau's heavily strapped. So it's just gonna be all out blood in the streets, man.
And niggas are crazy, man. Yeah, niggas are crazy.
All 12 tribes.
All 12 days.
The spirit's gonna switch up. Right now, you see niggas all over social media rapping about jacking chains. Pretty soon, it's not gonna be about chains. It'll be like, yo, I just shot an Edomite in his face, and everyone's gonna be like, yo, this nigga got clout.
It's gonna be live.
It's gonna be
We've
live.
been saying that in the spirit for a while, man, and that's been happening a lot more. A lot. Yeah, live. Oh man, this one old nigga got killed. Nigga got popped. He was like, man, this is live. This nigga ain't care.
Remember the Edomite that got beat up by them niggas? Was it Atlanta?
In Chicago.
Yeah. And I think them niggas got off too. But that's just a prelude to what's going to be happening in these streets, man, all around the world.
They were just troubled kids, man. They ain't no better.
Yeah, they're trying to handle like a hate crime.
Yeah.
But this shit got dropped.
They were bullied.
Yeah, they were suffering from racism.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, they're suffering from the so-called white man coming in the land, all right, stealing the land, killing their family. You know, they're suffering from their post-traumatic stress syndrome.
That's it. Post-traumatic slave disorder, man. Yeah. That's all. They just need help. They just need counseling. That's all. They just need counseling. They just needed a better environment. You know, they need a program. They need love. They need a program.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Name who you want to start the top with.
3 and at the end.
No healing.
Yeah. That one. Start at 18.
Okay, come. This is Nahum 3:18. Thy shepherds slumbered.
Yeah, it's Esau's shepherds slumber, man. Ain't nobody watching out for Esau now. Okay, go ahead.
O kings of Assyria,
All right, which Assyrians is talking about who? So-called white men. All right, go ahead.
thy nobles shall dwell in the dust.
Which dust represents confusion. Go ahead.
Thy people is scattered upon the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and no man gathereth them.
Yeah, no man gathers. No one cares, man.
There is no healing of thy bruise.
Man, there's no healing of the so-called white man's bruise. Remember, yeah, Humpty Dumpty. I fall and I can't get up. That's Esau, man. You fall and you can't get back up. Go ahead.
It says, thy wound is grievous.
Mm-hmm.
All that hear the brute of thee shall clap their hands over thee.
Mm-hmm.
And upon whom hast not thy wickedness passed continually?
Read it again, brother.
It says, for upon whom has not thy wickedness passed continually?
Yeah, for upon whom has not thy wickedness passed continually? Like it says, a continual stroke.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're done. Nobody cares, man. Nobody's trying to help your ass.
Nobody trying to. Well, the dude said in the other article, he said now's not the time for reconciliation. Now's the time for justice, man.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't trying to sit down and have talks with you because they already know what you all about, man.
It's
You're the
fruitless.
devil.
Yeah, it's fruitless. You're trying to negotiate with the so-called white man is fruitless.
Yeah.
He only understands violence. Okay. All right. Go ahead, brother.
It says the motion brought by the leader of the radical Marxist opposition party, Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema.
Yeah, they call that radical though. It's radical for you wanting to have your land back. This is some like big thing. That's common sense, man.
Passed by a wide margin of 241 votes for to 83 against.
See, so everybody was with it. Everybody, yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Everybody with it, man.
RT discussed this move with Andal Mexitama, or some Hamite name, and founder of Black First, Land First, and Louis Mientjes, president of the Transvaal Agricultural Union. The first leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters Party said that the land was stolen. Who stole it and when? So this is the question they asked him. White people do not own the land inside Africa legally. White people arrived here from Europe in 1652 and killed our people, stole our land, oppressed us. All the land they have was taken from us by force and in many instances by massacres.
That's right.
We are in fact correcting an injustice and a massive illegality which has happened in the country since the arrival of white people.
Illegality, man. The Esau, man, framing that mischief through his law, man. So they're like, man, fuck all that. They're like, no. That was you. It was law, but it was illegal.
Yep.
Okay. That your laws were illegal because
Mm-hmm.
you wasn't supposed to be here in the first place to establish no type of rule of law. Go ahead.
As a black person in this country, I speak to you now. I am a foreigner. I am a landless person in my own country. 90% of us black people have now agreed that finally we must resolve the matter, which even Nelson Mandela did not resolve, that the land of black people must be returned to the rightful owners so that we can become citizens and the country can return to us.
That's right. Because Nelson Mandela, when he was really set up, was that, okay, just put a black face in there and let white ownership continue. Because the main battle was, yo, we own the land. Why you white people own anything, man? You stole everything. And it's the same thing here in America. But nobody's on that level because our people are through, man. Right? You can see these Hamites are in the spirit, man. These other nations are getting in the spirit. The other nations, you see North Korea, you see how they be talking that big shit. They're in the spirit, man. They're not dealing with you Edomites right now.
Yeah.
They ready. There's no. If you go over there on like there's good white people, they'll laugh at you in the face, man. But for real, all right, cool. We still getting missiles ready to destroy America.
Yep.
Right. Go ahead.
It says, why do you think this law is unfair? The history of South Africa is well documented by various people over the 365 years. We are all visitors to South Africa, including the black tribes of South Africa that came from the north. That is well documented. They came in, they killed each other for the land and took the position of other black tribes. They were the first occupants of South Africa. We're the cosign. So if there's an argument who owns the land, that should be the cosign. If we talk about colonists, who was the colonist?
Is that Esau?
That's it. Yeah.
Nah, this is so the Hamite. Well,
It's like some Esau's.
Yeah, that sounds like an Edomite.
who was? Yeah, this is some other dude. That's probably Esau.
Yeah, that's Esau.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
like Esau.
You're trying to justify.
Yeah.
That's someone in the spirit of Esau, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
It said they came in, they killed each other for the land, they took the position of other black tribes. They were the first occupants of South Africa.
They stole it too, in other words.
Yeah.
Esau.
So
They stole it so we could come in and steal it.
Yeah.
What? How do you know that, man? You're the devil. Keep going.
It says, so if there's an argument who owns the land, that should be the Khoisan. If we talk about colonists, who was the colonist? I did not arrive here in 1652. My forefathers came very late in the 1800s. My father-in-law came here in 1953. He bought land here. He was issued title for this land. Currently, the last 20 years, a lot of land has been bought and issued by the new government to people that gives them legal right.
Hey, someone should have formed that
You know,
Edomite.
that's Esau.
You gotta say it like
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
Esau. Yeah. You know, that's how he says it too.
condescending,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
proud.
Yeah, proud as hell. man.
Pious. Hey, someone should inform Esau that Europe's for Europeans and Africa's for Africans. Someone should inform that.
Yeah, I think Esau tapping into something.
Yeah,
It
probably.
says, if
Hey, Esau,
anybody,
you're going into slavery.
Right.
You're cut. You're cave cut. Okay, you no
About
limit
a
nigga.
homosexual cave
No
cut.
Yeah.
limit.
And you no limit nigga. You're gonna have limits placed upon you, man. It's gonna be nothing but
No
limits for
limit
you,
cave
man.
cut.
Yeah, no limit cave cut.
It says, if anybody's got an issue that goes back to the history and put the history in place, but it is well documented. RT says, why is this legislation
Esau's
necessary
the
now?
devil, man.
So they're talking to the other guy now, I believe. Yeah, AM.
That's why you can't debate with Esau, man. You just gotta beat his ass.
Yeah.
He's always gonna say some crazy shit, and he knows that he's wrong too.
Yeah.
You know, he knows he's being the devil. He's just trying to get out of it, man. That don't work no more. Your witchcraft is wearing off. Yeah, because then people be like, yeah, you know what? That's right, man. Yeah, you know, maybe we should give our land back. People will consider that and put some demons on them. You know?
Mm-hmm. So it says, why is this legislation necessary now? This is talking to the Hamite, or directed towards the Hamite. Our movement, Black First, Land First, is absolutely clear. A person like the one who is now my opponent is a foreigner in South Africa and a land thief. Talking about Khoisan, I am Khoisan. He can't say my surname, which is that Hamite shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't say it either. I'm not Hamite.
Mm-hmm.
He can't because he is a foreigner. The Khoisans are Africans, like all the Zulus, the Vendas, the
Canaanites.
the Hoysas,
Mm-hmm.
all the tribes of this country. White people have in fact massacred and genocide the Khoisan, and they have not paid reparations, nor have they acknowledged this.
That's right.
The Khoisans will get land.
Cut him.
That's right.
That's a fucking cut.
Yeah, so you Edomites, you haven't received your judgment, man, for all the hell you put on the people on the earth, man.
You're a fugitive.
And especially, the fugitive from justice.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes down to the Israelites, man, right? And Yahushua, he's going to be the one that's going to slave catch you damn devils, man, and bring that justice. Keep going.
Continuing on, it says, we are tired. 23 years of the democracy, we remain landless in our own country. As Black people, finally we agreed we are going to take back our land.
Right.
We as BLF are even worried that Parliament is moving slow, and we don't trust politicians. They are using this land thing as a political ball instead of addressing the issue. We have given the Parliament 2 months to amend the Constitution. If they don't do so, BLF will escalate land occupation. When our land was taken, there was no law. There was no Constitution. There was no consultation.
Yeah.
Going to that old ancient-like spirit, man. Taking back what's theirs.
Yeah, because that's what Esau did it. Esau didn't go and petition anybody; he just took it.
Yep.
He murdered and took it. But now he wants you to do it the right way.
Yeah, so-called right.
Yeah.
You know,
Which the right way for him is
go through the bureaucracy.
his shit. Yeah, just
Never
wait.
gonna happen.
Let the law run its course.
Yeah, kick in the can down the road, so to speak.
But they ain't playing with that, man. They ready to take, like, look, the Parliament moving too slow, man. What's the dude said? He said, look, I'm not advocating for violence against the farmers. Not yet. Because if Parliament moves slow enough, they're gonna say, fuck that, man.
All right, kill him.
Put him to death, take the land, and we're gonna be good. All right. Well, that's what it's gonna come down to
I mean,
anyway.
yeah,
You're gonna get put to death, Esau.
Yeah, because Esau's not going. Yeah, Esau's going to do some fuck shit. You know.
It says the law is meant to correct the historical injustice against black farmers. Why are you against that? Talking to the Edomite. How would you correct the injustice? Could the law be changed in a way that would be satisfactory to white farmers too? And fucking Esau. There have always been plans on the table put to government to have them to solve the land issue. At the moment, these laws are in place for people who have been dispossessed. And that process is in the hands of the government. The problem with this government is that it is not dealing with it properly. There is a lot of corruption involved, and that is why the whole process is not going as it
Now
should
he's
go.
blaming it on him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's blaming us this narrative. Yeah.
It is a government problem. It is a capacity problem within government, and it's a money problem. We have invested a lot of money in the properties, and we need to be paid if government takes it back. But at the moment, corruption is a big problem. This is not a farmer's problem. This is a government problem, not dealing with the issue that's stipulated by the laws that they made. This thing is crazy, man.
No limit. No limit.
Doesn't this kind of legislation undermine property rights? Isn't this a governmental issue? Our government must provide support, but that is not part of the conversation. We don't have the land. The land is in foreigners' hands.
Mhm.
Who are the colonists? Who are arrogant and racist? We are talking as a black majority who have been wronged, and now we are addressing this question. You are wrong to say land occupation is wrong. This is the best way to get back our land. We are not going to wait for politicians. The time is over for white people in this country to continue to steal our properties. Hey man, the Most High put the spirit on these heathen, man.
What does the scripture say? Wake up the mighty man.
Yep, yeah.
All these nations, they were at one sleep, but now the Lord is putting the spirit on them to get back into that ancient state, to see who the problem is on the planet Earth.
Yep.
And it's a so-called white man. There's nobody else it could be.
Yep.
You know?
If not, where and who is he?
Yep. Yeah. That's right. Just two more little paragraphs. Said, what about what happened in Zimbabwe, where the farms that were transferred to black farmers ended up being unproductive? Isn't there a danger of that repeating in South Africa? Well, this is just RT,
okay.
Asking the question, and Esau is going to respond.
Oh boy.
It is not just the production levels that drop down. If this goes on, investment in this country would stop. People
Investment from who?
So-called white
Esau.
Yeah. People won't invest in the country. We will go the same way as Zimbabwe. There won't be production. Then we'll have Arab Spring in South Africa about food that is not available to people of South Africa. And that is our issue. We are here to produce food. The commercial farmer in South Africa does not put a tag on his food. He produces for the whole of South Africa, and we should look at that. There are opportunities to solve this problem, but not in a way Comrade Andela says that is racist.
He wants.
It is not good for South Africa. It will destroy it.
The Hamites, they want to make the food. They don't need you Edomites to do it. They want to go in there and take over the operation, and kick y'all ass out like they should.
Man, how hard is it to farm some damn land, man? You saw
easy. Caveman can do it.
Yep.
Some more?
That was it.
Okay, let's get some last precepts.
I got one.
Okay, come on.
Daniel 8:25. Through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy him.
That's Esau, man.
Yep.
By peace shall destroy me, because that's the tip that he's on, man. Oh, let's be peaceable, man. Don't be racist. Just be equitable.
Let the law work.
Hey, man, we're all equal now.
Yeah.
We're all equality.
Hey, man, I'm growing food for all the whole country.
Yeah.
I put money in my property, man.
Yeah.
You can't take
Can't take it from me.
without
Compensation. It's not fair.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Your forefathers stole the land, man. So Esau, a piece of work, man.
Yeah, he's something else. Bro. Anything else, brothers?
I got a quick
Come
one.
on.
This is Zechariah 11 and 5.
Oh boy. Good.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not
Man,
guilty.
if that ain't the white man, I don't know who that's talking about, man. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. He always got an excuse, man.
Yep.
He always got to validate. He always got a way to validate and justify himself.
I bought this land.
Yeah.
You put money in this property. Your forefather stole it.
Yeah.
Then you got some money. You put money into the property.
Money that was stolen.
Now you wanna you actually believe that you have some right to it, man.
Hey, but
If I steal a fucking car and I put the shit on dubs. You know, I get the fucking candy paint on it. I get the fucking the sunroof put in there.
Yeah.
You know, I get the beat in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
The car's still stolen.
Still stolen car.
You know,
Yeah.
I get pulled over, I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah,
You know, I'm gonna be like, nah, look, I want my rims. That nigga gonna be like, nah, you shouldn't have put it on there.
Why did you do that? Yeah, why did you do that? That's not your car.
Whoever's car is gonna get an upgrade.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, but hey, before we came, the northern tribe, the people came from the north.
Yeah,
They fuck you, man.
That's right.
You know, people just talk about. See, people ain't about to talk to you. This, all right, man. Just got to kill this nigga.
Yeah.
That's what it's getting to.
You can't reason with
You can't reason.
you know?
You dealing with the white man. Fuck, man. You know, he got a fucking comeback for everything.
Yeah,
It's like talking to a
Like a
bitch.
bitch.
Man.
That's
Yeah.
spirit. They're like
Arguing with a bitch.
arguing with a bitch, man. You got, you know, I ain't gonna, do it. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all know what it is.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Bar.
And I was something too. Esau sometimes would say, you know, and we legitimately took it over, like it was war.
Mhm.
We're like, we did it through war, so you know, hey, what are you gonna do?
But wait a second. So why can't they wage war?
Yeah.
Wait, what they're all saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, man. You know, if it was good for you, what's the problem? Why can't nobody else do it?
That was racist.
What's different? How?
That was the 18th century mind.
We evolved. We're equal now.
You say reverse racism now.
The fuck out of here, man.
Still
See, that's why. But see, Esau knows he's full of shit. That's why he don't really come up no more. You know, he just be on. He just be on the comment. He just be on the comment board talking shit. You know.
God.
Didn't do nothing, devils. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
That's Esau, man. He got an excuse for everything. That wasn't me. That was my forefathers. Isaiah. You hear Isaiah 40. That's why Esau want to deal with the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
The scriptures destroy his logic. All right, go ahead.
And they that sell, they say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich."
Yeah, because this is what Esau was saying, but now it's okay. That was unfortunate. He wasn't like that when he was taking us down.
Yeah.
He was glorying in it, man.
He had parties.
Yeah.
You know, Thanksgiving is a celebration of that. And then when you go into the history of Thanksgiving, it was multiple celebrations. Man. It wasn't just one.
Yep.
Every time he took down one of the native tribe, he conquered a village. This nigga threw a feast, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it got so bad that the damn president said, "Look, man, y'all just have one for the year." You know? So this nigga, he was partying, man.
Mm-hmm. At our destruction.
Living it up. You know, getting a trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them
Yeah,
not.
blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. The Lord gave me this. Manifest destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's the flip side of what's the end of manifest destiny? That you're gonna be exterminated forever, man.
That's right.
You didn't consider that. All right. I know.
This is Psalm 73 and 8.
This is good.
They are corrupt
Yeah.
and speak wickedly concerning
Yeah.
oppression.
That's Esau,
Yep,
man. That's
yep,
what he just
yep,
did,
yep,
man.
yep.
He's corrupt and he speaks wickedly.
Right.
Hey, man. Well, you guys are fighting each other. That's the shit. That's Esau's main thing, man.
Y'all already put money into the land. You know, I bought a plow. I tilled the land. I sowed my seeds
He
already.
ain't doing
I
none
got
of
my,
that.
I got my
just,
orchards. Well, he hired him.
yeah, him doing
Exactly.
And he paid him slave wages to get out in the field.
You
Man.
saw collecting the check, man.
You know?
You got it. This devil got to go.
Yep.
That's right.
What?
They speak loftily.
They speak loftily, man. That's the so-called white man. His soul, which is lifted up. Yep, is not his soul, which is lifted up, which means what? He's lifted up with pride. Okay, go ahead, bro. That was it. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I got some.
Come on.
This is Psalms 12 and 2. They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak.
That's Esau, man. Flattery and with a double tongue, man. A fork-tongued devil, man. Got some more?
It says the Lord shall cut off all the flattering lips and the tongue that speak of proud things, who have said, with our tongue we will prevail. Our lips are our own. Who is the Lord over us?
Oh man, that's Esau, man. That's Esau.
For the oppressing of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord.
Yeah, because the Lord hears us, man. The Lord sees what this devil is doing. And they say, well, like 92% of the earth's wealth is within 1%, man. That's crazy, man. It's these elite so-called white people. Got some more, brother?
A little bit more. It says,
Now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him.
Yeah, puff. When you look up that word puff, I looked it up before. It pretty much means to be proud in speech, something to that effect. All right, last one. You got something? Come on.
Esau, the end of the world.
Let's get it. That's the spirit. The spirit.
This is 2 Esdras chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
Yeah, the dividing of the times. Go ahead.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
Yeah, the end of Esau's age, man. As the show is named. Okay, go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Why is that? Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Yeah, we're at the end of Esau's age, man. We're at the end of your world. All right, no limit, nigga. All right, go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Yeah, and we're Jacob, okay? Yeah, you're looking at the new rulers, man, your new slave masters. All right, so hey, that was fitting. With that, we're going to wrap up. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. The water for the Holy Spirit being brought down, okay? And death to America, and death to you so-called white people, and death to the nigga woman.
Right.
And still death to the nigga woman.
Still death to the nigga woman.
You know?
Shalom to the left.
So,
Death to you, sin.
Shalom.
Shalom.